Dear all, I welcome you all to the session. And in this session, we will be discussing on discounting techniques. Okay. So in the previous, we know that in the capital budgeting techniques we have two types. One is traditional and one is modern, or one is discounting techniques and other one is non-discounting techniques. We have already seen the traditional method or non-discounting method. In that we have seen two types. One is payback method and other one is accounting rate of return or average rate of return. So now in this video we will be discussing on modern techniques or discounting techniques. In this, the first one is net present value. We also call it as a NPV. Okay. I believe that some of you might have studied this before. Let's try to understand in detail. Okay. So the net present value is the technique that is a discounted cash flow method that considers the time value of money in evaluating the capital investments. So in the first unit, when I was teaching you in the class, we have discussed about the time value of money. So what the time value of money is all about? Receiving the money today is more worth than the receiving the money in the future. Under that, there is two concepts comes. One is present value, other one is future value. So we know that for present value we discount it, and for future value we fraction or we multiply it, right? So here what happens? Why, where we use this net present value? Let's try to understand. This net present value method is a discounting cash flow method which considers the time value of money in evaluating the capital investments. Okay, let me take the word capital investment. Where do you do the capital investment? In the projects, in the business, right? So here what happens, or in the savings also. Here what happens, when I am investing in certain project or in certain investment, I should see that how much return it is going to generate, right? So for that, what I'll be doing is I have to know that how much return I will be receiving in the future, right? So that's why they will be giving in the problem, they will be giving the annual cash flows, annual future cash flows, how much you will receive. Okay, you might for the 5 years or 10 years. You will take all that and you will discount. We know how to discount it. Cash flow divided by cash flow the first year divided by 1 plus r, whatever the rate of interest to the power of 1, plus C2 divided by cash in the second year divided by 1 plus K or R, anything you can use, plus K to the power of 2, right? The same way we have to do. And what we call this as in the brace, this we call it as a present value of net cash inflows. Okay, so why we have to do this? Because this is the cash flows is in the future format. When I want to know that how much is my net present value today, that how much benefit it is going to bring, then I have to discount all the future cash flows and deduct my expense, that is the initial investment, how much I have invest. These all return which I am getting, and this is what the investment which I have done. These all cash inflows, and this is I is nothing but initial investment, which is the cash outflow which goes out of your pocket. Okay, so that's how you get the net present value. What is the formula? Present value of net cash inflows minus initial investment, or present value of net cash inflow minus cash outflow. Okay, so here you can see I have taken all the cash flow and I have discounted it and I deduct from the initial investment. You get the NPV. We can also write it like this: NPV, summation of all your cash inflow, if equal cash inflow is there, divided by 1 plus K, and for how many years, minus initial investment. You can use this formula if you have the different cash flows. But here what is happening, if assume that you have the same cash flow 50,000 for 10 years, you can take that 50,000 and 1 plus whatever the interest rate to the power of 10 minus I, right? So like this you can do. C stands for cash flow of various year, K stands for discount rate, N stands for life of the project, I stands for initial investment. I have taken one problem here. Let's try to solve it. So here there is a decision rule. Okay, so I have told this NPV technique is very useful technique in the finance. Okay, in the future classes we also have IR, internal rate of return method, MIRR method and all. If you know the capital budget, if you know the NPV technique, it is very easy to learn those. Okay, so here there should be some see why I this is the evaluation technique. You have understood capital budgeting is the evaluation technique. Now what you have to understand is how we will go and evaluate this. What is the decision criteria we have to see. Okay, which project, suppose let's say you have 10 projects with you, which one you have to invest, in which one you have to reject, you will have the confusion. For that they have given the decision rule. If NPV is more than 0, go ahead and accept the proposal. If NPV is less than 0, reject the proposal. Okay, but in certain case, this is in the independent case. Suppose there is something called mutually exclusive. That means that out of 10 projects, you have the capital or you have the authority to select only one project. Then which one you will select? Which one gives the higher NPV? You will go and select. Okay, but basic rule is if NPV is more than 0, go and accept the project. If NPV is less than 0, reject the project. When you have 5 or 10 projects, and when you have to decide on only one project, and you will see that which one is giving higher NPV, you will go and select the particular proposal or project. Okay, so thanks for watching guys. For the problem I'll make one more video. Thanks for watching.